Well, something just fell. Hi, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Who's going to be on first tonight? Somebody said hello. Hello, Sandra Wright. How are you? Hello, Brenda. Loving basketball. Hey, everybody. Hi, Terry. I missed one. So hard to keep them on with this mask. This oxygen. Charlene Wright, 81. Hey, how you doing? Hello, Deidre. Charlene again. Hi, Terry. Catherine. Sharon. Beautiful sunrise and sunsets. How you doing? Hey, Shaw. Been missing you, beautiful. Miss you too. Okay, got a body. Thanks, Sonia. Good evening, Miss Lenora. Good evening, everyone. So I did say that I was going to come back with a live update so that, you can ask questions, I guess, reasonable questions. I don't like to say that questions are stupid. I like to say no questions are really stupid, but sometimes people can word them the wrong way and don't realize that it is a stupid question. So I just ask that we all keep it positive on the questions, and hopefully I can get you guys some answers, or maybe I can give you all. I'll probably be done said your question while I'm doing this live, because I can't be on a long time because uh, I don't want to fall asleep on y'all, because this was my uh, sleeping meds, and lately I've been needing those sleeping meds and my muscle relaxers, because of course my bones and stuff aches, especially with the lupus. So I'm gonna just take it back a little bit of to back in time when I first got my transplant. Most of you were here during that time, following me as well. Most of you came in the middle of my journey. You maybe had just came in, so I'm sure everybody don't know my journey. But it started out with me having needing a transplant, and so I did receive my transplant in not August, September of 2018. Matter of fact, I got the transplant on that day, September 29th. So I just made 4 years uh, on the 29th of September. And when I first had my transplant, I went into rejection. Oh, this thing gets my nose so dry sometimes. Um, they got to put the thing on with the water on the steam humidifier. So I did receive that transplant. Um, and then right after the transplant, it was a video up saying that I was doing very good. But then the second day, all that changed because something happened. I wasn't awake. Maybe like some seizures or something was going on where they had to wrap my head in white bandages. I had just got a sew in. They took that out. I had lashes on. They took those off. Oh, and when I did find all that was gone, oh, I snapped on them. By the time I did wake up, but anyways, so my first year after my transplant, I spent maybe 70 something days in the hospital. Most of the time it was ICU, when they did move me on this floor that I'm on right now, uh, it didn't last for about 2 or 3 days because my lungs just kept rejecting. So I ended up back in ICU. When you require a certain amount of oxygen, like a lot, you have to go to ICU to use the heavy duty uh, oxygen. So now I'm sitting down. I can kind of actually like take it off, but I got to keep it right by me in case I need it. It's when I'm really moving around that I definitely need it, all in the shower. So after that first year, it was, I call it the year of hell, but I was still blessed and grateful to be alive, even with all of that I went through. And back then, it was a horrible situation after my lung transplant. Like, I was told by some, not more than one, I was told by more than one of the doctors that I was one of their, uh, I could say miracle patients, and also one of their most difficult patients because I had so much going on after the transplant. And I did everything right before the transplant. I ate healthy, I drink healthy, I exercised, I went to my classes, but I was in good shape. I had lost over 100 pounds as they requested. So I guess it was just meant to be a part of my journey. So I would have something to testify about that I made it after the first year. And then year two, I probably had 2 visits in the hospital, maybe 3, versus 50 the first year. So things started to look good for me as I was still keeping up with my health. I was still keeping up with all my appointments. And it's like in this with this journey, I have fought hard from day one. Like all this really started back in 2015 with me, even though I didn't get my transplant until the 2018. But all of this failing health started right around 2015. So and I'm thinking that it really started before then, because you don't just get pulmonary fibrosis just like that. It has to be in your system even before they find out. And I did find out that it was already in my system. So year three is was a little tight for me. Uh, let's see, year three. Yeah, year three was a little tight for me. I started going back and forth to the doctors again, and things like that. And that's when my numbers started to drop, but I was still maintaining, and I was still offered the oxygen. Uh, but I used to feel like I needed it, and then I'd be like, nah, I'm just tired, things like that. So it's always good to keep up with your doctor's appointments, especially when it's time, to do the PFTs, the thing that you blow in that determines your lung function and all of that. So I really kept up with that. The only time I missed my appointment is when my son passed away, and I rescheduled it, and I got there as soon as I could. So uh, year four stepped in. I was coming up to year four because I'm on year four now, but I was coming up to it, and things started to. I'm sorry, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Things started to fall apart. Uh, uh, I want to say they started to fall apart more than they were falling apart the year one. You might say, well, I didn't be in the hospital as much as I was in year one, but the things that's going on with me, the first time I had lung rejection, it was acute, meaning it was curable. Like 9 times out of 10, they would be able to stop it. And I was in lung rejection. I went in lung rejection 7 times since I've had my lungs. I probably didn't notify, uh, my social media sites every time that I went into lung function. I mean, lung rejection. But I would, say it to my family. So I went in rejection at least 7 times, but it was acute. And then the eighth time is when they found out I was in chronic lung rejection, which was back in February. Because my son passed away in September, 21. So yeah, and in February of 22 is when I uh, found out that I was in chronic rejection, and then they kept me in the hospital, and uh, they tried to help the chronic lung rejection because there is one medication out there that can help lung rejection. It just have to get in your body and see if it's going to take. So I stayed in the hospital for 11 days, and then like every second or third day they would let me take a rest from the IV because it was 7 or 8 hours a day. And if I'm not mistaken, it could have been more than that, but it was a one-time setting. You have to sit there every day to get it. And I don't. It was between 7 and 10 hours. I have to go back because I think I did a video on that one. 7 to 10 hours for that. And like I said, they ran it at least 8 days because I know each, like I said, other day they were giving me a break, and it was very expensive. Uh, it's a very expensive medication. They put it through my IV, and they said, well, we have to wait about a month or so to see if this works for you. It was medication through the IV, and I'll, you know what, I'll get that name of that, but when they have to look it up for me. I usually be on point with all my meds. So a month later, they called me back in to test me for that, and it did not take. So after it didn't take, they were very honest and upfront with me um, before the medication, the treatment that they gave me. You know, I had already knew. They told me that I was not a candidate for a second double lung transplant because of other issues that were caused by other medication that I needed to use to keep, myself together. And most of you know about CellCep. A lot of lupus patients are on that, and a lot of transplant patients are on that. Well, it's a mandatory pill for transplant patients because it does what it does, and it also has some bad side effects. So that's just like the prednisone has really bad side effects, especially weight, but uh it'll still help out, for the moments of the needs that you have. So so um so the medication that played a big part of damaging my kidneys was the CellCep. So all the doctors got together and said, if she can't take the CellCep, we can't do the transplant because she has to have that. And all it's going to do is finish damaging, my kidneys. And not only my kidneys did it damage, it'll damage other things as well, your lungs or whatever. So with that being said, um, I my paperwork was sent over to Miami Transplant Center, where some of our doctors left to go work over there, and they know me very well. And that was I wasn't a candidate either. And then they tried one more last. We tried Duke's, the University of Duke's Transplant Center, North Carolina, I think it is. And they are the ones that'll take you if nobody else will take you. They'll try to figure out a plan how to do the transplant and like what kind of medication can we switch that with to give it to me. But none of that worked for me because my kidneys are just too far gone. I mean, they're not where I need a kidney transplant, but they're too far gone to be cutting on me, is what I was told. And this was way back when I found out that I needed a transplant, like back in February and March area. So my coordinator decided to resend all my paperwork to these other transplant centers that looked at it already and had them to get a second look. And even with the second look, it wasn't a good look because I've been having, the issues with my white blood cell count. But even though my count is up, um, I also still go to I have an infusion every other Tuesday and Wednesday. Now it was every Tuesday and Wednesday, but the infusion takes place at I get those in Orlando, and that is called I told you all before, photophoresis, to help with the white blood count, cell count, and just to try to help slow the lung function. I mean, not slow it down, but keep it stable. That's what I'm trying to say. So everything was stable. It was low, but it was stable. And then all of a sudden, it just dropped. Again, I came to Gainesville on Friday, last Friday, which was mm, maybe the 9th or 10th or something like that. And then when I got sent home, I ended up back a few days later because I had like an episode where I couldn't hardly breathe. Even with my oxygen, I had to turn it all the way up. So with that episode, I got admitted, and then they ran all kind of CT scans and everything on me, and that's when they noticed that. Well, they already knew that my lung function had dropped through the PFT testing. So when they ran the CT scans, that's when they saw that the rejection had gotten worse, and I never heard of it, but it's true because that's what the doctor's been telling me, that you can have rejection on top of rejection. And I'm like, oh, like I never heard of that, but that was something new. And, it's true. And the doctors know about it and nurses. So, because I was, asking around. But, so with that being said, I'm going to still be doing my, oh, well, yeah, I went from 5 milligrams I'm sorry if I already said this because I do forget a lot. I went from 5 milligrams of prednisone that I was taking at home to 125 milligrams that I have to take. I've been taking it in the hospital. It's very expensive. It comes in a little glass bottle, and they put it through my port. Um, and I've been doing like one in the morning. Every morning, I think I've been getting 125 milligrams, and it's a lot. And I'm all bloated up, literally already. So what they'll do when they send me home, well, first they just want to make sure I get the antibiotics and the prednisone. They got another fancy name for it. That I get that in my body for 3 to 5 days. So tomorrow is like day 5, and I want to say I may go home Saturday. So, but they want to make sure that was already in my system. So then they'll send me home, and I'll be on like 40 milligrams, which is a lot. I was on that uh, back before my transplant, and still trying to lose all that weight that they required on the prednisone. So I definitely know how to work around the prednisone, although it's going to be a lot of bloating going on. But I'd rather bloat and still be alive. So, and then they can only keep you on those high dosages for a certain amount of time. So I'll be getting tapered down to 40 milligrams. And then, you take it, then they give you another package for the next day. You just take everything that's in there. So, and that's how they uh, tamper it back down. So, with that being said, I will be using oxygen um, full time now. But when I'm in the house, they told me that if I feel like that I don't need it, just laying down, because it comes a time when you do need it, even through your sleep, or if you're just resting or looking at TV, and that all that comes, I guess the more time comes when I'll need it. But I use it like if I'm up in the house cooking and going from my room to the kitchen like constantly within the time that I'm cooking, I will have it on because I'm not taking no chances. Or if I even feel like I need it on while I'm laying down, I'm not taking no chances because I can feel when I really need it. and then I have the thing that you put on your finger, um, like and that'll tell you too if it dropped. So I'll go home with my oxygen. Well, I already got oxygen at home, but I'll still be on. Well, it's full time when I'm out and about. Like I still go to the outlets with my sons and a couple of friends sometime, and I still go to restaurants. I still like to go out and do things. So I'm not gonna pin myself just down to the house, but I will be getting a lot of rest. No stress can come my way. I just have to live like everybody else is living. Like we all are living one day at a time. Y'all may not have to have oxygen. Some of y'all may do. Or however, we live one day at a time. Take my son for example. I never thought that, well, I know we all got to go one day, but I just didn't think that it was coming up to be my son time to go, and it was just a shock. So anybody can go before anybody, before or after, but just know, uh, I just believe it's time for everybody to get it right. It's a lot going on, you know. Um, I'm not coming on here to say that my situation is finna take me out today or tomorrow. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that when my situation will take me out, because that's not on me and that's not on the doctors. That's between God. He has to make that final decision. But what I do know is, uh, God, God heals us here on earth, and He takes us with Him sometime to heal Him. Now, that's something that I've been knowing all my life. We all don't get healed down here on this earth like this. Sometimes He come get us to heal us from all the aches and pains. That's not my wish. I'm just talking real talk right now. That so my oxygen, the levels that I'm on when I'm out and about, I can't say I'm on 4 or 5 levels. It's how I feel while I'm out there walking or, shopping or whatever. Sometimes I go in the grocery store with my son, and we know we can be in the grocery stores a while, so I probably have to turn it up like 5 or 6 to make sure I'm comfortable. So the more that I need the oxygen, it'll go up. But right now, I don't need like 10 liters or something like that or whatever. I think that I'm probably good with between 4 to 6 if I'm out and about. Now, when you're talking 15 liters, that means you really don't want to go too far, but to the doctors and, back home or, something like that. It's just because it's a lot, you'll be taking a lot of oxygen with you outside. Or you're not going to be able to use 15 liters all day. That's going to be gone in less than an hour because it's just pushing out the tank. So I'm not looking that far ahead right now. I'm just giving y'all the rundown on what's going on and how it can happen, that I have to turn up my oxygen. And then of course, when the oxygen gets your health gets so bad and you go over 15, that's when they hospitalize you to put you on their oxygen because they can use more than 15 liters. So that's how it works. But I'm not even thinking that far ahead. But I was really want to let you all know the truth about what's really going on with me. And I sat and listened to my doctors. I sat and listened to the coordinators. I sat and listened to the social workers. So I wanted to share it with you. This is my Journeys channel. I want to share it with everyone to keep you in the know of what's actually going on with me. Um, because it's just like coming to a point where I'm about to need more oxygen. And I accept that. I accept that. So if this oxygen between God and this oxygen, it'll keep me going. I'm going to fight this fight till God call me home. I'm going to fight this fight. I'm not giving up. I won't give up. And I'm going to fight this fight. And I know I got some true prayer warriors here on my channel. And then I received a few emails. It was only 3 today. Uh, it was someone that follows me, and they were asking me like, do I accept gifts, which I do. And then I posted it in the community because if you don't look in the description box, you won't see the P.O. box address. So anything can be sent there. And I'm really not choicy when it comes down to, gifts. Well, I mean, I like certain stuff, pajamas, uh, socks, cards, get well cards or birthday, I'm into cards. I save all my cards. I like stuff like that. Just stuff, lip gloss or just stuff. They were asking me, so I decided to put that out there. And donations are always accepted. Um, Under my Cash App, it may be in the comments because I will be coming back and forth to Gainesville frequently to get testing for things like that. So I'm back on that roll. So anything helps, and thanks for asking. And everything is in the description box. And then I made a post. Let's read some of the comments because they were going so fast. Gemini love. Okay, thank you. Post oxymit. Right, Adrian. I couldn't even think of it. Thank you, Gemini love. Thank you, Kay got a body. None of us know when our time will come to leave this earth. That is true. That's why the doctors won't even touch that subject. Well, not with me, anyways. For well wishes cards or fan mail, thank you so much. P.O. Box 1112, that is correct. And you can put the name as Siobhan Thomas for the P.O. Box. SHAVONNE Siobhan Thomas. That's for the mail. Chrissy's Creations, thank you. That's right, Adrian. God is in full control. It's time to make our calling and election sure. That's right, Deidre. Carnitha. Hey, love, it's me, Miss Nina Bean. I'm praying for you always. May the Lord shine his light upon you and give you peace. Thank you. We want to see you here. The Lord can do this. He definitely can, Ann. He definitely can. Amen. God did it before and he'll do it again. Keep the faith. Thank you. That's Kay. Thank you, Ann McLeod. Take it one day at a time. That's my motto right there, Mia. Mia Pete, that's my motto. You're a highly favored and stand with you in agreement that God can and God will. You are highly favored. Oh, thank you, Cornitha. Cornitha, sorry. Jovel 87. Jovel 876. One day at a time, indeed. That's right. That's true. Appreciate you sharing your testimony. No problem, Adrian. I missed a lot, so I watched the replay. Okay, Mia, yeah. In Jesus' name, that's Jovel. Who can take all my diseases from me? Jesus will, Jesus will. That's right, Ann McLeod. You are truly a blessing, and I admire you so much. Thank you, Lo and Joe Vlogs. Some of us been with praying for you for years. We're not giving up. That's right, Batman, and I definitely remember you. I love socks and lip glosses. Oh my God, me too, Mia Pete. I really do. You are a true warrior. Forget well wishes. Oh, she already said that. I think she meant to say for well wishes cards. You are a true warrior. I'm sorry if I'm reading these all again. That's this phone doing that. Just still got him popping in. You're going to beat this, put it at his feet. That's right. And call call PAN Foundation. I guess she's saying PAN. Yeah, PAN Foundation. Okay, I'll call them. Never heard of them, but I will call them. You are strong. Loving basketball. I love you. Love you too. So I'm using this account. I can't get into my Miss Nina Bean account. Image. Oh, I'm going to fast on your behalf, and I'm fast on your behalf till your change come. Thank you. I don't know why my lips look like this. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how it is in these hospitals. Just got out the shower. Probably toothpaste, who knows. For well wishes cards, we already read that. It'll be well with you in Jesus' name. Thank you, Jovel. Terry's table. Shaw, you. Hi, Terry. I haven't seen you in a while. Shaw, you are such a strong woman and your faith is so big. Where did it go? I love it. May God continue keeping you. We will all stand in agreement for your lungs. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. The devil is just, we already know, Ann. Who report are you going to believe? God can do all things but fail. Thank you, Cookie Rugs. In agreement at Yvette. She put my real name up there for the P.O. box. Prayers for your strength and complete healing. Prayers up, God bless you. Prayers for complete healing and strength. Thank you, Leisha. Penn Foundation helps with transportation grants and certain disease grants. Okay, I'll call them. You look fine. Don't worry how you look. You're good. Your glasses are cute. Thank you. Thank you, Ann, too. And thank you, Mia. You missed my first comment. Do you have Venmo? Oh, Yvette Strokers? No, I have Cash App and Zelle. Praying for you. God has the final say. Praying God heals your lungs. Lady Girl 99. Lynette, this is just one more test. You are standing firm. We are standing strong with you as you jump another hurdle once again. You will be victorious. You shall live and will declare his work. All right, Lynette. Lenora Wilkins, praying that the virtual healing power of God will heal your lungs. May your lung tissues begin to miraculously become normal, that God may get the glory. I'm sorry, how did this happen to you? Oh, May 5-5, I found out I had lupus back in 2016, and the lupus had attacked my lungs, and I ended up with pulmonary fibrosis, and then I had to get a double lung transplant in 2018. If you go back and watch the beginning, everything is explained there, but I did have to get a lung transplant, and the moral of the story is my lungs are in rejection. Thank you for asking. Is your Zelle? No, I'm sorry. The Zelle is Zelle 239-440-6221. 239-440-6221. That would be my Zelle and Siobhan Thomas. Yes, always in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Mia. I remember you from the beginning. Pink kisses, sending prayers your way. I have lupus. I just got diagnosed. Okay, well, make sure you just keep up with your appointments uh, and everything. And if you start feeling a certain way, keep up with your, have your doctors, you know. I just got caught up with that. Um, you probably gonna have a lot of bone pain and stuff like that. I'm mad that was on my mouth. But y'all know I'm a clean woman. Praying for your recovery. Thank you, Chocolate Tink. Yep, I've been here a long time. Yes, you have, Mia. Renee Thomas. Prayers going up, Queen. Thank you, Queen. I'm a lupus warrior as well since 2009. All right, Loopy sister, Leisha's Hartwell, you're in our prayers because this lupus ain't no joke. Ann McLeod says she gonna stand in the gap and block the devil. He's keeping you for a reason. Write your book, honey, because you're going to have a testimony. Praise God. Prayer. Thank you, Kay Got About It. She posted a Zelle. I'm praying for you, the great physician. Sorry, I got my phone stand ain't about nothing. It's a cup. I'm praying for you. The great physician's got you. Yes, I am on. Uh-oh. Hydrochloroquine. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, thank you, Mia. You're welcome, sweetheart. Mia. Oh, I'll be glad to take it off just for a little while. And that lets me know, like I said, I'm real sturdy like this. It just helps me to know that God is good. He's real. He's real. Can't nobody outdo him. Don't care how much they try. No matter what they try. And I really thank God for my journey because I gotta get deep on some things. Like, even though I've been going through this journey, I have a lot of women, maybe one or two men, that maybe one or two men that I've had to walk through the process of pulmonary fibrosis. But the women, of color, I've had to walk a lot of women through it. And the ones that I walked through it, I'm not talking about Asher. Asher is the one that walked me through it because she had it way before me. We had the same diseases, the same health issues, everything. When I say diseases, I mean that dumb pulmonary fibrosis. And we had lupus and everything. We had a lot of the same health issues. But I met a few young ladies on YouTube that have been watching me. And then on my Facebook, a couple of young ladies that have been following me on Facebook and Instagram. And I can tell you that I was so sick when I was taking them through, you know, just, I wasn't a doctor. I was just letting them know about certain things and trying to answer their questions as much as I could. Well, I do know that two, uh, one, two, three, four of them passed away. And I just couldn't believe it. And then I thought, I said this earlier, um, when God get ready for you, he coming. And the thing about it is, nobody knows the day nor the hour. But the thing about it, they were all waiting for transplants. One of them, yeah, they all were waiting for transplants. One of them was so close, but her heart, she needed a heart transplant at the last minute. Her heart started going bad. So they couldn't do it. So they just kept her in the hospital, on very high oxygen. And she lived, she lived for a while after that. But I just remember counseling with these young ladies, and I knew that the Lord was using me for something. The reason that I was still here, because I had a lot of complications after my transplant, and people still call me all the time. A young lady called me yesterday, um, because I'm part of the pulmonary fibrosis group, where I would speak with people about like an ambassador, about lung transplants, and or their family member has it and they want to know what to do, they start panicking. So I knew that, God had me out here to help others, and I've been doing that since before my transplant. And after my transplant, when I got better, I would do it. And then when the COVID hit, I wasn't meeting up with people. We would just Zoom on the phone. So I've been doing this for a long time. And so I watched young ladies' life end with with that pulmonary fibrosis and lupus. I watched them fight, fight, fight. And I said to myself, that's what you got to do. You got to fight, fight, fight. Because when he come for you, you can't say no. You just go. That's why you got to have your life right. That's why you got to have a life right. And you leave when it's all said and done. People will they're gonna know highly great stuff about you. Not no one being able not even say nothing good about someone that passes away. It's may the work I done speak for me. It's that kind of thing. You have to keep. But just like I said, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight, and I'm gonna fight. I just wanted you all to know that no way, shape, or form, unless a miracle come through, let's a miracle come through, and I like miracles. I don't doubt it. If it come through, then that's on God, and then you know, but that's what we're praying for, a miracle. So I feel like doing my Shah Has Won, campaign again with my shirts because no, not that one. I'm sorry. Um, Lungs for Shah shirts, and even though they said I wasn't a candidate, we wanna step on the devil with these T-shirts on that say lungs for Shah, meaning we still want these lungs to start back working like they was. And I think that would be a great campaign for me to start back over doing the lungs for Shah, meaning the ones I got need to step it up. And they're not in the best of shape. My lung function is not in the best of shape. So we get that motivation out there. And I'm thinking about um putting some more shirts out there and selling those. Oh, come on in, nurse.
Did you ever shower?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my YouTube.
I'm gonna give you your lidocaine, okay?
Yes. So I'm about to see. Oh shoot! Look, my glasses just broke. I heard something fall, but I thought it was the cookies.
What happened? How did you break?
I don't know. Oh, I see. They must have failed. But I got some more in here.
You got some more glasses?
Oh yeah, I keep me 3 or 4 pair.
Okay.
And somebody had just told me they liked these.
Aw, that's weird.
This is so weird because I heard something fall, but wasn't sure what it was. So I will be tuning in back with you all tomorrow or when I feel like that I can talk. And I love you guys, and you have a great day. And thanks for all your support. And thank you for everybody who supported me tonight and for the future. And just keep those prayers going. I love you guys.